What's up, everyone? PGA Director of Instruction Dan McCracken coming to you from 5-Iron Golf. And in today's episode, we are talking sequencing. What it is, why it's important, and how it can help your golf game. Okay, so let's talk sequencing. We're going to start with what it is, and I'm going to use a little bit of a comparison to help highlight this a little bit. I would say a large percentage of my students spend way too much time hyper-focused on their swing mechanics, so an isolated movement throughout the swing, right? Whether it be takeaway, transition, pressure in the follow-through, the list goes on and on. They benefit from spending a little bit more time focused on their sequencing or just their timing, how everything in the swing is moving in relation to each other. Okay, that's the simplest way to frame what sequencing is. So now that we know, let's talk about what good sequencing is. Good sequencing is moving everything from the ground up in both directions. So let's get into it. All right, first things first, I'm going to set up to work things from the ground up. We're going to start with our feet and shifting pressure. So I'm going to shift some pressure from my left to right side, and that's going to start the whole chain. So once pressure shifts from my feet, or I should say from left to right for me, that's going to let my knees turn a little bit. Then my hips, shoulders, arms, hands, and then eventually the club, right? So everything should be moving from the ground up. And then once we get into the way the body moves, as a general rule, I'm a huge advocate of turning our body in more of a circle and not sliding it in a line, okay? Allows our spine to stay a little bit more stable. For consistency purposes, that's very, very helpful, okay? So the biggest mistake I see in the backswing sequence is the club flipping back and outracing the body on the way back. In simple terms, we're trying to move everything in one piece, and again, from the ground up. So in a one-piece takeaway, using the force from the ground, we'd see the club moving fairly evenly on the way back, not just this club head whipping back behind me, okay? So that's a nice way to think of it. Now let's get into our downswing sequence, which for a better ball striker is even more important, okay? So we're set up. I've shifted my feet, knees, hips, shoulders, arms, club to the back, and now we're going to work our way back down. So how are we going to do that? Pressure goes back to the left. Knees start to turn in a circle. Hips turn in a circle. Shoulders, which bring my arms in front of me, and then eventually the club works through just like that, all right? By far, without question, one of the biggest mistakes or swing errors that I see would be leading with the club and upper body on the way down, okay? So regardless of how much you're able to turn your lower body on the way back, which I think more is better, a big, big mistake would be, boom, upper body, outracing lower body, club gets steep, usually outside in, laundry list of misses come from that, okay? So focus on the legs up, moving in one piece, leading with the lower body in each direction. Okay, so in today's episode, we covered swing sequencing, okay? Sequencing needs to be focused on as much, or for a better player, probably even more than our swing mechanics, right? So how everything is moving in relation to each other, not just one specific component of the swing. Good sequencing happens from the ground up. So both in our backswing and in our downswing, we should be trying to lead with the feet, which would allow then our knees, hips, and eventually shoulders to turn in a circle. So we're rotating, we're not sliding. And then eventually the arms and club come into the shot after that, all right? So good sequencing on the way back allows for good sequencing on the way down. And we want this club to be arriving to impact last. Whatever's getting to the ball last will be traveling the fastest. And for pretty much every shot, we want that to be the club head, okay? So lead with the lower body. Don't get overzealous with the arms and hands. And you're going to be on the road to more birdies. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that lesson. For more tips just like that one, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're interested in booking an in-person golf lesson with me or one of our other awesome teaching pros, click the link below and we'll get you all set up here at 5-Iron.